Michelle Pfeiffer in another Tim Burton movie.
Meow.
This could work.
This time, making Christmas, la la la. It's almost here and we can't wait, so ring the bells and celebrate. 'Cause when the full moon starts to climb, we'll all sing out, it's Christmas time.
Welcome back to Halloween on Christmas. I'm your host, Adam J. Now, everyone that watches my reviews knows that I am a huge fan of Tim Burton's work. Beetlejuice, Batman, Batman Returns, Sleepy Hollow, Frankenweenie, all great films. Burton is a creative visionary, but what I like in particular is just his dark sense of humor, and how he manages to mix this sense of humor with drama so well. Look at Beetlejuice. It was primarily a comedy, but with many dramatic elements moving it forward. Look at Edward Scissorhands. It was primarily a drama, but with many comedic elements pushing it forward. Tim Burton is a director who knows how to find a nice balance between both comedy and drama, and it helps to make his films his own and unique in their own right. That being said, Tim, I ask you, what happened with Dark Shadows? Now, just to clarify before anyone asks, yes, I did like this movie. However, just barely. I liked seeing Tim Burton go back to his bizarre Beetlejuice roots. I enjoyed the story, I liked most of the actors and some characters, but overall, Dark Shadows is plagued by a huge problem. It has no idea what the hell it wants to be. It doesn't know if it wants to be a drama or a comedy, and Tim Burton never once finds a balance between these two things in the entire film, which is irritating since he's done this kind of movie before, and done it so damn well.
What happened? Did your balls drop off?
The comedy and drama clash so much that it's hard to really enjoy the film as a coherent whole. Dark Shadows revolves around Barnabas Collins, played by Johnny Depp, who is cursed by a witch, played by Alice Eve, after he rejects her love, turning him into a vampire. He is buried alive in a coffin for over 100 years and is finally awakened in the 70s, where he discovers that his family business has been run into the ground, mainly because of the witch who cursed him and his family running the rival company across the harbor. Barnabas then decides to get his down-on-their-luck family into action, revive the business, and put an end to the witch's curse once and for all. Now I know this film is based on the gothic soap opera Dark Shadows that aired in the 70s, I think. However, I have never watched that show, so I can't really judge if it's true to the material or not. I've heard some say it was, and some say it wasn't, so I'm just gonna judge it as a general film. Dark Shadows isn't technically bad, but it's really not that good either. It suffered from the same thing The Dilemma suffered from. You couldn't tell if you were watching a drama or a comedy if you tried. It would go from funny to serious, or just plain unfunny to serious, in a matter of moments, and that's the entire film. Johnny Depp is so hit and miss in this movie that it's hard for me to really like him. He gets a few laughs in there, but they're too far and in between. Other times his humor is just painfully dull and often annoying.
What is your age, if I may?
15.
15 and no husband. You must put those birthing hips to good use at once, lest your womb shrivel up and die.
You're weird.
However, while most of his comedy was a joke, no pun intended, what Depp excelled at in this film was the drama. You understand Barnabas' suffering and the pain he's going through, of not just losing his family, but the love of his life as well. They show him killing innocent people like a normal vampire would have to do to survive, but they also show that he is ashamed of this. He never asked to be this way, and eventually goes to the family doctor, played by Helena Bonham Carter, for a blood transfusion in an attempt to reverse the process. So yeah, with Johnny Depp, comedy bad, drama good. Alice Eve was great in this movie. She steals every scene she's in, and her interactions with Depp are priceless.
Either you agree to rule this little pawn of mine side by side, partners and lovers, or I put you back in the box.
I have already prepared my counter-proposal. It reads thusly. You may strategically place your wonderful lips upon my posterior and kiss it repeatedly.
But then there's Bella Heathcote as Vicky, who... yeah, the less said about her, the better. She was terrible. Moving on. Michelle Pfeiffer and Helena Bonham Carter also give fine performances. Carter was hilarious as the doctor, who's constantly drunk, and Pfeiffer was fun as the mother, doing her best to keep her family safe and Barnabas's identity a secret.
Do you know he admitted killing those men at the construction site? He's a murderer!
He's a Collins and a good man, and these days that's a desperately rare combination.
Oh, yes, I almost forgot. The family that can do no wrong.
You know, Julia, I'm surprised at you. I think a physician like you would find him fascinating.
Then there was Johnny Lee Miller, an actor that I usually like, playing a deadbeat father to this tiny boy who sees dead people. Don't even go there with me. This character was useless. He was there to stand around for an hour, abandon his kid, and leave. He had no purpose in this film other than to give us a fucked up scene of him leaving his son. It was pitiful and cheap. What's sad about this is that Johnny Lee Miller is a good actor. If you haven't seen him play Sherlock Holmes in Elementary, then you really should.
Excellent. So you got a good look at his eyes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a strangler can literally not be more than an arm's length from his stranglee.
I think I'd like you to leave now.
Why? Because I know that you're lying.
He is a damn good Holmes, but he just did nothing for me in this. The last actress I want to talk about is, of course, Chloe Grace Moretz, who, as I've always said, is great in anything, and Dark Shadows is no exception. She plays the rebellious, reclusive daughter of the family, who spends most of her time insulting people, locking herself in her room, and listening to Alice Cooper, who, funny enough, does a cameo as himself in this movie.
I guess the only thing missing is Alice Cooper.
Well, she shall be our guest, nonetheless.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Ugliest woman I've ever seen.
That was awesome. But I really loved Moretz in this movie, and personally, I can't wait to see her play Carrie, because I know even if the movie is terrible, she will be awesome. Another thing I can easily commend this film for is its beautiful visual designs. Dark Shadows has a beautiful atmosphere that helps the film stand out visually. The sets looked awesome, the ghosts were creepy, and the makeup effects were very well handled. Tim Burton has crafted yet another beautiful looking film. Now, other things I didn't like? I really hated the relationship between Barnabas and Vicky. I understand it was meant to demonstrate the still human side of Barnabas, but their chemistry was awful. They had none. And the fact that Depp was trying too hard while Heathcote was downright terrible didn't help. Overall, Dark Shadows is a pretty mixed bag. It's a beautiful looking film with some good performances and some emotional weight. Unfortunately, it clashes with the comedy too much, the female lead had no chemistry with Depp, and certain plot points are either unneeded or just don't go anywhere. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just okay. I'm awarding it 3 out of 5 stars. My advice, watch it and decide for yourself.
I got no friends 'cause they read the papers. They can't be seen with me, and I'm getting real shot down, and I'm feeling mean. No more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Clean. No more Mr. Nice Guy. They say he's sick. He's a seed.
Do not bring that trash up in here, motherfucker. This is my house.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!